So we're just gonna cover off the BTC price action and kind of still go into the very bullish side in which I still find myself faced with on BTC. And I've been spending a lot of time with well, not really a lot of time with the BTC chart, but I haven't really been spending a lot of time on alts. I've literally just been looking at the BTC price action when I've been looking at charts, because for me right now, that's where the primary focus is. That's where my best setup currently lies. It's where my best entry lies. And I'm very positive about the price action that is revolving around this. And so from where we are right now, we'll discuss like a little bit of the lower time frame. We'll discuss the impact of why I believe that's not necessarily that important at this moment in time. And then we'll go into kind of the levels of higher time frame significance in terms of the bullish idea continuing, and then looking for that kind of 100K plus price target. So lower time frame that we can see here, and we'll actually start on the 4-hour, because this level through here at 66,000 is a really good level. It's a really nice former resistance point for price. It was a very clear push to the upside, and it's the one that actually led to the breaking of the weekly high. So all around this area here is really important. What we started to do up through these highs here is we started to drop off the momentum slightly. So you can see here, each of those highs represented with lower highs on the awesome oscillator. Actually the same situation on the RSI here as well. And now we've had that play out. So we're about 4% down currently from the high that we made at 69,500. And we've traded back down to nearly into this 66K level now. I suspect that 66K as kind of like a round number won't hold. Obviously, we've got the US Open for me recording this video in around 20 minutes. I suspect that we'll probably end up seeing a running of that round number. It kind of, is an obvious stop loss location point for anybody that is trying to take the upside trade from here. And I think that it's, it represents a good level on the 4-hour for dipping down into. And that level also transitions really well here to the 12-hour as well. So we've got this nice little block inside here, which again, we got this big push from, which pushed us into the weekly high, which was 68,200. And so once we broke above that level and we got the weekly close above there, that's the first time that we've put in a fresh weekly high in 7 months as well. So again, another very strong point for the bullish case in there. But this 66,000 is an important level. 12-hour, 4-hour, we should hopefully see a reaction. Anything that dips down, especially mid 65s, we should hopefully see a reaction back above this 66K level. In the eventuality that we do not do that, I don't think it's all kind of suddenly doom and gloom. I think that what we're faced with at the moment is we're faced with a situation in which we're looking at whether or not sidelined or people who are expecting lower are kept out of the uptrending price action. And if we fail 66, then it will be 63 that would be next on kind of the area of interest. That doesn't change the bullish idea at all. So if we do end up trading down to 63, it doesn't suddenly mean that we become bearish. It doesn't suddenly mean that, this whole bullish idea of the 7-month consolidation breakout is off the thought process. It just means that we're actually going to kind of offer a steeper discount essentially from this high. So from here, we would then be trading down around 10% down to this level down here. And, basically we just have a steeper discount that people may then choose to get involved in this uptrending price action as a result. And then really, if we fail 63, then the bulls and my last resort area is 60,000. Now, this is my original entry on BTC. So unfortunately, it means round tripping that entire move to the upside. But 60,000 becomes the last area that must hold for me. And if this is broken, then that is when I hold my hands up and say the bullish idea is not taking place right now, because I think that this would then represent the structural loss of the uptrending market that we have here on the daily. It would also represent the same on the 3-day by breaking through this low here, which we ideally do not want to see. And so that situation would be a negative for us, obviously. Now, with that being said, the weekly can actually still support this absolutely fine. If we take the fact that this is now the kind of the high creation through here on the close on Sunday, technically Again, just technically speaking, nothing to do with my bias. Technically speaking, this can trade all the way back down into this level here and still be forming a higher low against this, and we can still flip that market price action into an uptrend. So there is a situation in which the weekly can still trade significantly lower. And as long as it's holding against 54 on a weekly, we can still view that as part of the uptrend formation where we've got our higher high and now we're looking to sustain against the low that is down here. Again, that's going to be like a far harder argument because if you're long from 68,000, okay, the chances are you're not holding down to 56,000. Okay, so that's why we're looking for that kind of more local based thought process where the daily is now going to be breaking lows, the 3-day is going to be breaking lows, and we might be in an area of concern, or especially from kind of like higher up positions that are on the long side. And then when it comes to, lower time frame price action, again, all of this really just revolves around this level here. We've done 20% in the last 2 weeks on the upside. We've done 4% off the highs. I think that this is still a very strong market structure. I think that this is still a very strong market in general. Like I've said in the majority of the tweets that I've put out this week, every single time frame is uptrending. Okay, you've got 12-hour uptrend, daily uptrend, 3-day uptrend, weekly now with a fresh higher high here. You've got the monthly, which still looks like this, okay? So everything is still uptrending. Now, again, what I would like to see is I would like to see the fact that, and this is representative of this 63K level not being touched, is I want to see the market respond to the fact that BTC is uptrending on all these time frames. And because that's the situation, essentially the dips should be shallower. And the dip should be shallower because it should be seen as opportunity to enter a fully uptrending market, even when the discount is not at the perceived level that we would like it to be. So historically, especially during the last 7 months when we've seen this, very back and forth, aggressive, volatile market, we've been used to these 10, 15% drops in BTC. And I don't want to see that situation develop now because from my perspective, the market should view discount at, significantly less than 10% now in order to get in on this market that is strong and is uptrending. So that's really where I am. I think the lower time frame price action is just a distraction for right now along, for what is the base of the higher time frame strength and the higher time frame idea. The fact the hourly is down 4% or price action is down 4%, but we look at it on an hourly chart and it looks, really bad, I think is just distracting from the fact that this market is a full uptrending market now. So lower time frame price action for me is purely a distraction from what is the higher time frame idea. And the higher time frame idea for me, I don't care if this is wrong. I don't care if this comes back to my entry and I round trip the trade, because for the last 7 months, this is the best technically bullish setup that we've been presented with in 7 months. And so I'm very happy to take a shot at this and be aggressively bullish because there has been no better time in the last 7 months to be bullish. So from my perspective, 66K, important level to hold, would be a good indication of market strength or how the market is viewing BTC. If we hold that level, if it fails, then unfortunately it will give the 63K level people an opportunity to move into position. And if that fails, it's 60K. And 60K is very important for that uptrending structure, specifically on the daily and 3-day. Now we can have the conversation about the weekly level, but we'll save that for another time.